once again welcome to Bosco Campus Vision YouTube channel of Kottayam Don Bosco College. I am Ranier, faculty member of PG Department of English. In this lecture series I am discussing the paper Language Skills, and this is your English language paper, and I am sharing this paper with Anjali Miss of our department. In today's class, let's begin with basics of communication. The first module is titled Basics of Communication. As I mentioned, in the first module you have only one subunit and for that only one lesson, and the lesson's title also Basics of Communication. So let me begin with the term communication. So you're all familiar with the term communication. What is communication? Simply we can say that we are conveying some kind of messages to another person, and the person receive it and he is giving reply. So in that process communication is complete. So we can say that is the process of communication. So communication, it is the process of exchanging ideas, emotions, feelings, knowledge, information, etc. from one person to another. So when you communicate with other person, you are actually sharing your feelings or emotions or knowledge or any kind of ideas, etc., etc. So communication, simply we can say that it is the process of exchanging ideas, emotions, feelings, knowledge and information. And the word communication originally meant to share publicly. Okay, so communication means to share information or to share ideas publicly, and it is the integral component of social interaction and personal growth. Sometimes communication happens even without language, in the form of graffiti, paintings, distinctive sounds, gestures, etc. So the medium of communication can be various: verbal, visual, non-verbal or mass media. So verbal, for example, we are communicating by using our speaking skill, verbal. Then visual, we are communicating a message through a visual or an image. And in the case of non-verbal, through our body language we are communicating. So the medium of communication can be various. It can be verbal, visual, non-verbal or mass media like internet. And as I mentioned, communication can happen even without language, in the form of graffiti, paintings or body language, etc. For example, sometimes you are for replying to some persons you are shaking your head. So at that time you are actually conveying an idea, you are actually giving a hint or a message. So at that time also the communication is happening. So you can communicate by using non-verbal cues also. And there is a theory, communication theory. It was proposed by S.F. Scudder in 1980. And it states that all living beings communicate, although the mode of communication are different. So according to that theory, communication theory proposed by S.F. Scudder, all living things in this world communicate, although the mode of communication are different. For human beings, one kind of communication is adopted, and for other creatures like ants or snakes, they adopt some another kind of communication. So all living creatures in this world used to communicate, but the mode of communication is different. Then the person who initiates a chain of communication is the sender, and the person who receives the message, and it is the receiver. So who is the sender and who is the receiver? The person who sends the message, he is the sender, and the person who receives the message is the receiver. Then communication is a two-way process where a message is sent by the sender, received by the receiver, and interpreted and decoded by the receiver, and a suitable response is given back to the sender. That means sender is sending a message and the receiver is receiving. Then the receiver giving a feedback to the sender. So it is a two-way process. So that is why it is said that communication is a two-way process. And the feedback given by the receiver completes the loop which continues as a process of coding, sending, receiving, decoding and sending a feedback. So that is about communication. So I hope you get up to this. Dear students, I hope you are following me. Let's move on to the next topic, that is elements of communication. Mainly, communication has 8 elements. Let's check what are they. The first one is source. Source is that which produce a message. Okay, what is a source in communication? It is from that place a message is produced. So source. Second one is sender. Sender refers to transmitter that codes the message. Who is the sender? Who is the person who is sending the message? For making the message, what does he do? What should he do? He used to encode the message. Okay, so the sender is the person who transmit the message after coding it. Okay, then next is channel. Channel is the medium used to transmit the signal. So sometimes we used to give a message by using telephone. At that time, channel. What is channel? Yes, telephone is the channel. Then next is receiver. Receiver is the person who receives the message and he tries to deconstruct the message from the signal. Okay, so who is the receiver? Receiver is the person who receives the message. Then next is destination. It is the person to whom the message is sent. So here you have a doubt. Receiver and destination, are these same? Okay, receiver actually reconstruct the message from the signal and destination is the person to whom the message is sent. Sometimes these two are same. Okay, so next element is message. Message refers to a concept, information, communication or statement that is sent in an oral or graphic or written or any other audio visual form to the recipient. So message is the idea or information. It's a piece of information you are going to send. Next is feedback. It is the loop of making a two-way communication process related to the response to the message. So what is feedback? Usually when the receiver is receiving a message, he may have a response. So he used to send that response to the sender. That is called feedback. It is the loop of making a two-way communication process. Then the last one is context. It is considered as a very significant component as it gives meaning to the whole communication process. For example, some kind of message when you are sending, it will definitely related to the context. So context plays an important role in the process of communication. So these are the 8 different elements of communication. In addition to these elements, we have 3 more. The first one is entropy. Second one is redundancy. And the third one is noise. Entropy is the amount of uncertainty in the message or content. Okay, so what is called entropy? The amount of uncertainty in the message. Then comes to the next one, that is redundancy. It is the repetition of messages to reduce the probability of errors in transmission. So when does this redundancy happens? During the time of repetition of messages to reduce the probability of errors. At that time, redundancy happens. So this is also an element of communication. Then comes to noise. It is the disturbance or interference to effective transmission. So, all these are the different elements of communication. So, my dear students, today we have discussed two major topics. What is communication and what are the elements of communications? Okay, dear students, here I am concluding today's class. And in this video, I am attaching a question, an assignment question. Do that homework and send me through WhatsApp. So, see you in the next class. Thank you. Happy learning.